Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I hope you'll stick around, and I really hope that you love all of the content that I put out there for you. Tons of different options, guys, for whatever the occasion, whatever your need is, hopefully. And if you're not finding one, let me know, and I will absolutely hook you up. That's what I want to do, is help you guys live a healthier, happier life each and every day. So I hope it helps, and I hope mission accomplished by the end of class. Today, focusing on love and kindness. Okay, so a lot of times we just feel like we have to jam in as much as we can, go as hard as we can, and just go. Sometimes we need to slow it down. Sometimes we just need to chill out and let go of negative energies, let go of the craziness, let go of the chaos, let go of everything beyond our breath. So today we are going to slow it down, and we are going to send some loving kindness throughout our body using our breath and just the release of the different movements. All right, so water handy if you need it. Stop and take a drink. If you don't, great, no worries. Make sure you hydrate really well afterwards. And we're just going to start today in a seated position, sitting up nice and tall, bringing those hands down by your sides, pressing those palms down towards the earth. Now you are welcome to sit on a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, anything to help lift those hips if you need it, if it's a little uncomfortable in the hips and the lower back. And we're just going to close our eyes. As you exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. So in these first few moments, we are really just going to kind of check in throughout the body, focusing on the breath and letting go of any tension that we might be finding. Inhale, head up nice and tall. Eyes remain closed, and just tilt your head to the right, drawing your right ear down towards your shoulder. So whenever we come in to a new position, a new pose, checking in to see how your body responds, how your breath responds, what messages are being sent. Inhale, head back to neutral. Eyes can remain closed, and we tip that head to the left. And you'll notice some imbalances. Your body does not hold tension evenly. Your body is not made evenly. Your body is not the same strength on both sides, nor the flexibility. So just be mindful of what's going on. Don't judge, just learn. Inhale it back up nice and tall. Now slowly take your gaze towards the sky and just lean your head back just a bit. We lift that lower jaw towards the sky. Relax the jaw, gently tipping that head back to neutral. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, release that right hand down, left arm up and over. And we're just going to sink. We're going to allow our body to come over to that lateral bend as much as feels good to you, pressing that left sit bone towards the earth. Turn and take your gaze down towards the mat with a little tuck of your chin towards that right collarbone. Circling that left arm around behind your back, forearm along the small of the back, and just reach as far back as you can. With those eyes closed and that breath just flowing, we're letting go of tension and tightness. First we recognize it, and then we give ourselves permission to let it go. Circling that left arm back up and over, and as you exhale, release your tummy and chest down towards your thigh, reaching it out. Oh, and just relax the weight of your head. So love and kindness, guys, can come in different forms. Sometimes, it is going hard. Sometimes it's slowing down. Sometimes it's stopping altogether. So be kind to your body and do what it needs when it needs it. Don't be afraid to answer what it's asking for. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands through center, and release the weight of that upper body down. Just nestling the tummy and chest down towards your lap. And just breathe. As we slow things down, does that make you more uncomfortable? Or can you actually feel yourself settling in?
Sometimes the slowness can go against what you're trying to accomplish. Guys, it's a mindset. Give yourself permission to slow down. Feel that magic of that surrender and that release in that lower back. Inhale, circle the hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, releasing that left hand down, right arm up and over. Glue that right sit bone down towards the earth. Oh my goodness, and just let yourself sink. If it feels right to you, come down onto that left forearm, and we're going to turn and take our gaze down towards the mat. A little roll of that right shoulder back, a little tuck of your chin towards your collarbone. And just breathe. What do you feel? Where? How's your breath? As you exhale, slowly release tummy and chest down towards that left thigh. Reach out through those right fingertips and just let your head be heavy. As you feel that length down that right side, through the ribs and the waist. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. As we slow our breath down, sending message to our body that it's okay. All is well. It's time to let go. Let go of negative energy. Let go of stress. Let that anxiety gently chill out. No worries. No expectations. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk those hands forward. Sometimes that's hard to let go of expectations, right? I don't mean living your life without expectations. Goodness knows we need expectations and goals. But when you step on your mat, it's a different journey. It's a different journey day to day, hour to hour. Embrace that journey wherever you are. Let it be a playful time, a place to learn, to grow, to challenge, and sometimes to just be. Circling the hands back by your hips, big circle of those arms up and overhead. And exhale, release those hands down by your sides. It's kind of like we just got a brand new light coming out of those beautiful stretches. Coming up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart. Knees are hip width. Core is nice and strong. And we take a big breath in, lowering the belly towards the mat. Lifting your gaze and your sit bones towards the sky. Cat and cow. As you exhale, lift your spine towards the sky. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Press the floor away with your hands and your knees to cat. Inhaling it back to cow. And we're just going to transition between these two poses. Use your breath to guide you. Don't be afraid to let those exhales be heard. Draw in that big energy through the nose. And then exhale it out through the nose, quieting the mind, the body, letting go of tension and tightness. And let's inhale it back to a neutral spine. And sit it back to child's pose. Extend those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers, and we're going to inhale it up to a modified plank. And as you exhale, sit it back to child's pose. Inhale it back to that modified plank. And exhale it back to child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Mobility, flexibility, range of motion through the shoulders and the hips. What do you notice? What do you feel? We inhale, lifting just slightly enough to reach that left hand underneath the right and walk your hand out as far as you can walk it, and then slowly release the weight down onto that left shoulder, turning and placing the left side of your head to the mat. Right arm is extended out in front. If that's not great for your shoulder or for any other reason, just bend that right elbow and rest your forearm wherever it's more comfortable. Close your eyes and breathe. A variation of our thread the needle. So we don't have to go super fast all the time. I know that that's a place of comfort for some, because staying in poses can be a little intimidating and a little overwhelming sometimes. Again, it's a mindset. Allow your body time to be in this space. Focus on your breath and letting go. Inhale, lift just enough to pull that left arm through and extend it out. Right hand passes underneath the left. Walk those fingertips out just as far as you can walk them, and then slowly release the weight of that body down onto that right shoulder, side of the head to the mat. And again, you can pull that left elbow in if you like, resting your forearm, or just keep that arm extended, lengthening all the way down that left side. And inhale, we lift just enough to pull that right arm back through and extend those arms out, sitting back to child's pose. Let's lift the forehead, tuck the toes, press and lift your hips to the sky, up to downward facing dog. Allowing the heels to sink, the head to be heavy, the face to be soft. And allowing those heels to sink, feeling that great stretch down the backs of the legs. Let's inhale it to high plank, shoulders right over the fingertips. And exhale it back to down dog. Again, inhaling it to high plank. And exhaling it to down dog. One more time, inhaling it to high plank. And exhaling it to down dog. Feet are hip width apart. Adjust anytime you need to, guys. You're never stuck in a pose. So find your perfect down dog. Add a little tip of your pelvis. Press your heels down towards the mat. They may or may not touch the mat today, and don't worry about it either way. Again, letting go of expectations, we sway those hips side to side. We are present right here in this moment. Focused on the breath. Focus on listening to the messages your body is sending, and see if we can quiet some of those messages down that aren't uber positive. Coming back to center, we take the gaze between the hands. Let's walk those feet in to forward fold. A soft bend in those knees. Relax the weight of your head. Find your breath, and we're going to shift our weight forward and back, toes to heels. Now you can go as fast as you like or as slow as you like. Just feel that transition and that weight shift. And feel all the different feels in the feet, in the legs, in your buns, in your lower back, in your neck. Let's center our weight and bring the hands to the elbows, holding on. Our forward fold. Oh my goodness, such an amazing place. I know it may not feel amazing if it's really challenging, but you guys, the amazing part is what we're doing for our bodies. We're lengthening those hamstrings, the calves. We're releasing tension in that lower back. Our inversion, without that sensation of being in a headstand, getting that blood flow, that freshly oxygenated blood to our brains, energizing, opening doors to creativity, intellect. So good. And let's sway side to side. All the time gravity's pulling everything down. Here, reversing the effects of gravity. Relax your face, come back to center, relax those arms, let them just hang, and then ever so slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. So very foundational, foundations of these poses, rolling those shoulders up and back of yoga, guys. Nothing crazy, very friendly to whomever wishes to try. If you have a friend who's never tried yoga, this is a perfect one. Relax those shoulders down and away. Turn your palms to face front. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Let's take a giant step back with that left foot, bringing that back knee to the mat. Keep those toes tucked under. We lift the chest and place the hands to the top of that right thigh. Yoga can be intimidating. I know, I remember. We've all been there. It's about giving it a chance, right? Taking that step onto your mat, stepping back onto your mat. I always say 5 tries. Give your body 5 tries. And if you can't feel that difference, you've given it a fair shake. But you guys, by that 5th time, your body will have figured out. You'll know some of the names of the poses. Your body will figure out that it feels pretty darn good. Let's untuck those toes and let the top of the foot rest. We're going to inhale and straighten that front leg a little bit. And then exhale, sink. Now, if you need something to hold on to, if you have a chair, if you've got a wall handy, that's absolutely fine. We're challenging our balance a little bit here. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink, stay low. Extend left arm out, lift it high, arch it back. And then gently lean to the right. Breathe. So range of motion, flexibility, all comes with consistency and kindness. Coming back to center, we rise, releasing that left hand to the inside of the right foot. Rotate your body and extend. Right arm to the sky. Now we can keep that back knee down, or if you like, tuck your toes and lift that back knee. Breathe. Find your breath and slow it down. Exhaling and slowly release that right hand down. We're in a runner's lunge. Lengthening through the crown of the head, pressing through that back heel. If that back knee is on the mat, so is the top of your foot, and just lean in. If the toes are tucked, press through that back heel. Let's bring both hands to the inside of your foot. Breathe. Let's bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck those toes. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, roll that right knee open as you turn and take your gaze out over that right shoulder. Hip mobility and flexibility. You feel that in the groin? Can you feel the strength in your core still? Oh, long stretch all the way down the front of that left leg. Breathe. Close your eyes for a moment. Let your chin come down towards that right collarbone. And let's slowly bring it back to center. Releasing right hand to the outside of your foot. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Oh, that feels good. Add a flex to that right foot and a bend to the right knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. Extending right leg once again, and let's sweep that right knee through between the hands, foot to the inside, and we're going to draw that back foot in also. Coming over onto that right hip, we're sitting in a Z position. Sitting up nice and tall, hands on either side of that right knee. We lengthen through the crown of the head. And let's slowly walk it forward, out over that right knee. Stacking your hands or stacking fists. You can come flat if you like, extending those arms all the way out. Breathe. As we slow the breath and we quiet the mind, the body responds in a loving way. Letting go of that tension that we're holding. So a lot of this is learning where you hold your tension so that we can find a healthy, effective way to let go of it. That's the gift of yoga. And let's slowly walk those hands back up.
And we're going to rotate towards that right shin and then walk the hands right out over that right leg. Releasing the weight of the upper body down. So a lot of times people get exposed to yoga due to injuries or coming back from an illness or a surgery, time away from being able to be super active. That's what happened to me. And then I fell in love because it just made all the difference in the world and allowed me, opened doors that I thought were closed before. So any kind of injury, sickness, you feel like, oh my goodness, I've lost everything I've worked so hard for. Or if you're just starting out on your fitness journey and you're a little overwhelmed, just start moving. Focus on your breath, get to know your body. And we slowly rise, walking all the way back up, rotating out towards that right knee once again, extending left leg, lift those hips, sweep it back, and once again, extend that right leg to the sky. Add a flex of your foot, a bend of that right knee, and draw your heel towards your bottom. Extending right leg and gently release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, grabbing a drink of water, or inhale it to high plank. We can be on our toes or our knees, and we're going to crocodile down, elbows right by the ribs, lowering those shoulders to elbow height. Press it through up dog, lifting the chest, coming up off of those shins, and tuck your toes. Lift your hips to down dog. Find your breath. So if you are just coming back to yoga after being away, welcome back, and thank you for being here. We shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back knee to the mat, keep those toes tucked under. Lift your chest, place your hands to the top of that left thigh. And if you're just starting your journey, guys, welcome. I am honored that you're here with me. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hope you're feeling challenged. You're recognizing how much you need yoga and how good it feels. Breathe. Now gently release those toes. Take a big breath in, straighten your front leg a little bit, and then exhale, sink in again. If you need something to hold on to, make sure that wall or that chair is there for you. We're challenging our balance, making sure the core stays strong. Breathe. Last one, stay low. Left hand to the top of the left thigh, right arm reaches out and up and back. A little arch back. Now we don't want to have this be overwhelming. So if you need to, lift out of it a little bit or don't reach quite so far back. And then a little lean to the left. Stretching all the way down that right side. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. Inhale it back to center, and we rise, releasing that right hand to the inside of the left foot. Rotate your body and extend. Left arm to the sky, reach it up. Now we can keep that back knee down, or you can tuck your toes and lift that back knee. You decide what's right for you. Find that breath. How far can you reach? How long can you make those arms? Working to draw your belly button to the inner thigh of that left leg. And as you exhale, slowly release that left hand down, hand on either side of your foot, to a runner's lunge. Breathe. If you're off of that back knee, press through that back heel. If you're on that back knee, let your hips be heavy. Breathe. Let's shift that left hand to the inside of the left foot. Bring that back knee to the mat. Untuck those toes and then slowly let that left knee roll open as you turn and take your gaze out over that left shoulder. Core remains strong. That external rotation through that hip, all stretching into the hip and the glute, the groin, down the front of that right leg as we allow that right hip to be heavy. A little tuck of your chin down towards that left collarbone. A little stretch through the neck. We're lifting out of those shoulders. Now, anytime in yoga you feel some pops and cracks throughout the joints, just make sure that there's no tingly or numbness or pain. That's just your body readjusting. working to improve those imbalances, helping us to move more efficiently. Slowly we come back to center. Hand on either side of your foot. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg to the sky. Go ahead and open up those hips. Add a flex of that left foot and a bend of that left knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. We extend that left leg to the sky, and we're going to sweep that left knee through, foot to the inside, coming over onto that left hip and pulling that right knee into our letter Z. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through the crown of the head. And we're going to walk the hands forward. You're welcome to extend those arms all the way out. You can stack your hands or you can stack fists. I just want you to find a space where you can truly, truly surrender into this pose. Our modified pigeon, modified sleeping pigeon, I should say. And just breathe. Love and kindness. What is that for you today? Definitely includes no judging. Definitely includes a smile. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. Make sure you come all the way up before we rotate. And we're going to turn right out over that left shoulder and then slowly walk it out. Releasing the weight of that upper body all the way down. Again, you can stack your hands. You can extend those arms. You can make fists. Just whatever feels good to you. Strength in awareness. The more we know, the more we learn, the better we are. Adapting, growing, changing, morphing in to the best person we can be, inside and out. Yeah, that comes with work. But it's good work. It's amazing work. I'm here with you. You won't go through it alone, I promise. And let's slowly walk those hands back up. That feels pretty good. Did you hear that pop? Yep. Elbow readjusting. Hands on either side of your knee. Extending that right leg. Lift those hips and sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. It's amazing when we hold those poses for a bit. And then you get to extend how good that feels. And then gently release to down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. Find your breath. Nice big deep breaths. We're going to lift just slightly and we're going to tuck our chin, coming a little more forward onto our head, about at the hairline. So this is the very top of your forehead. And with those arms extended, with the chin tucked towards the chest, I just want you to notice what you're feeling. So there's this intensity that happens down the spine. Now keep that same position with the head and just circle those arms back by your feet, relaxing the weight of the arms. Now let's take a hold of the legs or the heels. If you can take a hold of the heels, take a hold of the heels. If you can't quite find the heels, take a hold of the ankles. So our chin is still tucked towards our chest.
Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, begin to lift your spine, lift your bottom off of the mat, rolling towards the crown of your head to rabbit pose. That gentle pull, that gentle stretch all the way down the spine. Core strong, drawing that belly button in and up. And gently release it down. Once again, adjust your grip. Take a hold. Big breath in. And as you exhale, lift your spine, rolling towards the crown of the head. Breathe. Keep that grip. Hold on. Space between those shoulder blades. Length down the spine, slowly, gently releasing your bottom. Release your hands. And slowly press your way up to a kneeling position. Just resting here for a moment, noticing that stretch through the quads. Breathe. As you inhale, lift. Extend the arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms to the sky. And as you exhale, a little arch back. Pressing those hips forward, arms back. Squeeze your buns strong through the core. Inhale it back. Just pull the hands to heart center and sit it back a little bit, keeping that length all throughout the front of the body. Strengthening the core. Notice how far back you can come. And then we rise. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms out and up. And as you exhale, a little arch back. So a little core work, a little strength for the glutes, for those quadriceps, a little flexibility for the spine and the shoulders. Inhaling it up, pulling those hands to heart center. And again, keeping that nice straight line, we begin to lean it back. Do your best to keep those sit bones from sitting back. Breathe. Firing up through the front of the body. And we rise. We're going to do that one more time. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms out and up. Arch it back. And inhale it up nice and tall. Pull those hands to heart center. Core strong. Squeeze those glutes and begin to lean it back. Not sit back, but lean back. Breathe. And rise. Nicely done. Release those hands and sit it back to child's pose. We're going to walk those hands forward towards the top of your mat. We're going to lift just slightly. And I want you to reach your sit bones to the sky as you lower the armpits and your shoulders towards the mat. Chest towards the mat. Chin, cheek, or forehead rests to the mat. Our puppy pose. Breathe. How far out can you reach with those fingertips? How high can you reach with those sit bones? Stretching through those shoulders. Core strong. Slowly slide those hands back to child's pose. Take as much time as you need. As you're ready, walk your hands up. Come over onto one hip. Sweep your feet around and slide on down towards the top of your mat, extending the legs out nice and long. Flex your feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, reach, and hinge it forward. Hinging from the hips as best you can, releasing your hands and relax the weight of your head. So I want you to notice what your feet do here. Do those toes roll open? Knees roll open. I want you to see if you can get those toes pointed towards the sky. And breathe. Now soften your feet. And just notice how that changes the intensity. Not really sure what just happened? Flex those feet. And you'll feel that intensity again. Do you feel it differently? If so, where? If you're not sure, soften the feet. What do you feel? And then as you exhale, flex your feet. What do you feel? Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Soften those feet. Lower the arms to shoulder height and slowly roll it back. Just take your time as best you can, safely coming down onto your back. And relax. Drawing one foot in towards your bottom and then the other. Feet are hip width apart. Hands come down by your sides, palms to the floor. Tuck your pelvis. Press the small of the back into the mat. Squeeze your glutes and then press through those heels as you start to lift those sit bones. Lifting those hips, lifting your belly, peeling your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time, up to bridge pose. Knees remain in line with those hips. Glutes are engaged. Core is strong. Breathe. Slowly begin to lift your fingertips towards the sky. Bending at the elbows, bending at the wrists, placing the palms of the hands on either side of your head. Elbows pointing towards the sky. Just a little mobility for the wrists, for the shoulders. Core strong, little variation of our bridge pose, kind of a precursor to wheel. Extending fingertips to the sky and slowly lower those arms back down. Give those buttons a little squeeze and see if you can lift those hips any higher. And then ever so slowly, starting at the base of your head, one vertebra coming back to the mat at a time. Do you feel that little fire in the buns? It's good stuff. And release. Extending left leg out. Right knee comes in. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. And gently pull your leg across your body. We turn and take our gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Breathe into that lower back, into that right hip, into your neck, your shoulder, wherever it is that you might be feeling tension and tightness. Send your breath there. Releasing that left hand, rolling it back to center. Extending right leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and then slowly lower it down. And allow it to come to rest. Left knee comes in, left arm extends out to a T. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, and gently pull your leg across your body. We turn and take our gaze out over that left arm. And just relax. Let the weight of that right arm influence that stretch across the IT band and into the glutes, that gentle pull, creating that rotation in that lower back. We just surrender the weight of the body into the stretch. So maybe you've been doing yoga forever and you just needed a time to slow down. I applaud you. Good job. Maybe this is your first yoga class you've ever done. Oh my goodness, I give you a standing ovation if you are still here right now. Such a great job. I hope you have loved every second, and if not every second, most seconds. But know that every time you come back, it'll be a little bit better, a little bit different. Some days are more challenging than others. Those days that are challenging are the days we need our yoga the most. Quieting our brains, moving our bodies, finding forgiveness and love and kindness. Releasing that right hand, rolling it back to center. Extend left leg to the sky. Point your toes, lengthen your leg, little external rotation through that hip, and slowly lower your leg down. And allow it to come to rest. Let's pull the soles of the feet together, draw the heels up toward your bottom, and allow those knees to just open out to the side. Resting your hands comfortably. It can be on your hips, on your tummy. You can take those arms overhead. Arms can be down by your sides, open to a wide V. Palms open to the sky. For receiving love and positive energy. Palms down towards the earth if you are needing to feel grounded, focused and centered. Maybe you need both. You can switch it up. Close your eyes and breathe. Time away from the rest of the world to reconnect mind and body through our breath.
recognizing the need for this time and all of the amazing things that come with it. Strength, love, awareness, flexibility, mobility, creativity, tolerance. Opening up joints, opening up our heart, opening up our mind. This gift of movement, of breath, balance and strength. Celebrating that amazing body of yours. And the adventure that we're on. Let's gently draw those knees towards one another and draw the knees in towards your chest, bringing the hands to the tops of the shins, just below your knees, and interlace your fingers. Now just let the weight of the arms pull the knees in. And just relax, best you can. As givers, our energies can be depleted from time to time. Time spent on your mat can help replenish those energies that may have been given out. Sometimes we choose to give, sometimes they're taken from us, and that's okay. Those people that take from us need it, but we need time to replenish. Be sure to give yourself that time. Never being selfish, but helping us help others. If we don't have our health, my friend, we don't have much of anything. So really doing all that you can to promote that healthy, happy life, mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's a gift to everybody in your life. Let's gently release those hands, extend the arms out to a T. Breathe. And slowly we roll those knees, coming over to our side. Just a little rotation. Drawing that back arm forward, and use the strength of the arms to help you come up. And we're going to find a seated position that feels good to you. Sitting up tall, resting your hands comfortably if it feels good to you. Turn your palms to face the sky. Gently touch your index finger and your thumb. Otherwise, just find a comfortable hand position. Feel the length as you sit up tall. Shoulders are soft. Eyes are softly closed. Jaws relaxed. And that breath just flows effortlessly. Our final moments as we bring our practice to a close, honoring and celebrating all that we have accomplished today for our well-being. I hope you feel full of light and energy, love and kindness throughout your being, radiating from you. As always, my friends, it is an honor and a privilege to be here for you. Thank you for inviting me into your home or wherever it is today that you're practicing. Hopefully it's someplace beautiful and warm. Let's gently open those eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. Be well, take care, and until the next time, namaste.